Leaving money in a traditional savings account effectively destroys its value. Inflation acts as a slow corrosive, dissolving your purchasing power year after year. Mathematics proves that a single $100 monthly contribution builds a $1 million portfolio over time, yet the vast majority of people fail to reach that milestone. A biological flaw wired into human evolution, exponential growth bias, stalls our progress. Our brains evolved to track linear movements, like the speed of a predator, leaving us incapable of visualizing geometric compounding. We visualize saving as a flat, steady line, like stacking bricks, but actual growth follows a sharp, explosive upward curve. This perception gap is massive. The true exponential result often sits 12 times higher than our brains expect. Our own evolutionary biology sabotages our financial perception, proving more dangerous to long-term wealth than any market crash or bad stock pick. Overriding this biological blind spot requires a mechanical vehicle to capture that growth. Historically, the S&P 500 index has served as the primary engine for this compounding. This chart tracks the S&P 500 Total Real Return Index from 1880 through 2021. Despite the extreme volatility of historical crashes, the diagonal trendline persists upward, delivering a historical average return of approximately 10% annually. This growth is fueled by dividend reinvestment. Price appreciation alone is insufficient. You must take the profits the companies pay out and use them to automatically purchase more shares, creating a self-reinforcing feedback loop. At that 10% average return, the timeline is precise. It takes 44.5 years for a $100 monthly contribution to cross the $1 million threshold. In this scenario, your total out-of-pocket contributions amount to just $53,400. That tiny 5% sliver is dwarfed by a $946,000 mass of pure compounded interest. Wealth at this scale is not a product of high-income labor. Time and mathematical leverage do 95% of the work. Most people abandon their investments in the first 7 years. During this early slog, compounding feels deceptively slow, and the account balance appears to move in a boring linear crawl. Success depends on reaching the tipping point, the specific moment when the investment generates more capital autonomously than you contribute through your own work. For the $100 a month strategy, this crossover happens in year 8. We can see the balance shifting by comparing your annual contribution to the interest earned. You contribute $1,200, but the account generates over $1,300 in interest. This milestone shifts the momentum of the portfolio. Your money is now working faster than you are. Delaying this process carries a severe financial penalty. We can measure this by looking at person A, who starts at age 20, and person B, who waits until age 30. Person A has a 45-year investing horizon. By age 65, they reach $1 million, while spending only $54,000 of their own cash. Person B starts 10 years later. To reach the same $1 million target, their contribution jumps to $276 a month. This decade delay creates a $62,000 gap. Person B pays more in penalties than Person A's entire lifetime investment. This happens because compounding works like a geometric domino effect, where each block carries enough energy to topple another block 50% larger than itself. By the 23rd domino in this sequence, the momentum is large enough to topple a structure the size of the Eiffel Tower. At the 31st progression, the momentum can summit Mount Everest. When you start late, you don't just lose the early years, you lose the massive, mountain-sized power that only happens at the end of the chain. The only defense against your own biological bias is the strict automation of a broad market index fund. By removing your intuition from the process, you allow the math to function without interference. Wealth is the inevitable byproduct of starting today, automating the contribution, and allowing time to do the heavy lifting.